Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about something that I just remembered, okay? Back in the days when I was single, I was on a dating app, okay? I didn't want to have a relationship or any of that. I just wanted to talk and all. So this guy matched with me and we started talking. And not my type of guy, okay? Not my type of guy. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's just talk and see. So he has me on Snapchat. He's talking, everything is going good. Why did this guy send me unsolicited pics, okay? I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? And then one day, he sent me a video of a girl, the hell is wrong with men? And I was a very anxious person, okay, so very, like, a lot of social anxiety and all that stuff. And he was very forceful of wanting to meet. And I was like, no, I don't do that. I do not like meeting people right away, like, no. So one day, he messages me on TikTok, okay? And he's like, I'm in this town, I'm near Tim Hortons, come and take a coffee. And I was like, like, I told you I didn't want to meet you, like, dude. So I go. Tell me why this dude didn't even pay for my coffee. You're the one who invited me. You didn't even pay for my coffee. Like, I didn't want to be there. And we're talking. I can't remember what was the conversation, but he was talking a lot about, like, sexual stuff. And I was, like, very, very uncomfortable. I was like, oh, dude, no. Like, please don't. So then we finish. And we're leaving. I'm going to my car and all that stuff. And he's looking at me. He's like, hey, by the way. I turn around. It's like, you got a fat ass. I was like, thanks. Very uncomfortable. I was like, oh my god. So we're talking, and after that we're talking again, and I'm like, dude, like, no, there's, like, I don't want to, like, there's nothing, I'm not interested, anything of that, like, at all. So one day I was getting my hair done, okay, and I was posting it on Snapchat. This guy was so frustrated that I, like, turned him down. He wrote, you're still ugly. I wrote back, thanks, I know. And then I blocked him. So that is one of the things that happened. And then one time I was on Facebook. This guy was, like, writing to me, and he was very insistent too. And I was like, dude, leave me alone. Like, I don't want a relationship. I was like, no, I don't want relationships. Like, I was seeing a guy for, like, 9 months, and he was, like, the worst. That was after my breakup. But, like, he was so insistent, and at some point he's, like, commenting because I'm posting pictures with my nephew on Messenger, like, on stories. He's like, I want to hang out with you. I'm like, no, I don't want to hang out with you. Like, no, no. And he's like, oh, you seem like a very fun person. I'm like, no, I'm very boring. Like, I'm extremely boring. I'm not fun to be around. I was like, you wouldn't want to hang out with me. I'm boring. Like, you didn't understand the first time when I said I'm not interested. And then I'm like, putting myself down just so that this person is just like, oh, okay, yeah, no, she seems boring. But yes, I was a little bit mean sometimes because, like, the guys just didn't understand when I was saying no. But I was like, please leave me alone. Just leave me alone, please. But I did go through a phase unfortunately, I'm not proud of how I was, but I did go through a phase, and there was this guy who was like, I really like you, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, like, no, like, you have too much trauma. I didn't feel like, how can I say that? I didn't feel very comfortable with him for some reason. There was something about him. Turns out he was actually very aggressive and physically not okay, like physically woman. And the thing that turned me off with that guy is because he was like, I like you, blah blah blah. But when I went to on his Instagram, I saw a story of him, and he was seeing a girl. And I talked to this girl like a couple of years ago because she talked about her story with him. So I told her, like, we talked a little bit because I felt bad for what happened to her. And I was like, dude, you're such a dick. And there was another guy talking to me. I had to block him because he was just not getting the cues. He was like, I want to see you. I'm like, no. And he was like, what type of guy do you like? I'm like, tall, skinny, and all that. He's like, I want to go somewhere with you. I'm like, no. And I had to block him because he was just like very annoying. Oh, okay. I just remembered something. This guy that I saw for 9 months, I don't even consider that a relationship because like we only like for 9 months. I don't consider that a relationship. Before I met him, I was going out to the bar with one of my ex-friends, and I would sometimes dance at home because I'm just like that. Sometimes I dance. He was like, oh, is that what you were doing when you were at the bar before we started dating? That's what you would do? I was like, dude, I wasn't dating you. Like, I wasn't seeing you. I'm allowed to dance with people. And when I went out with my friends with my friend back in the days, a lot of the times I was dancing with her, and she was trying to find a guy to hook up with all the time. I didn't drink because I was the designated driver, so I was like, I don't really need to drink, like I'm gonna have fun anyways. And one time, so she found a guy, she was dancing with him, making out, so I'm stuck there in the middle. So someone is dancing with me, and he's like, kiss me. I'm like, no, bye. And I looked at her, I'm like, bathroom, like right now. There's so much stuff that happened when we went out. It was hilarious. We met a group of guys. The guys were really funny, and one of the guys, I think, found me cute and wanted to like hook up with me or something. But there was a girl at where you give the coats and all that stuff. Okay, there was a girl there. She was so pretty, and the first time I saw her, she told me I was pretty, and I was like, oh, thank you. And this is the second time, okay, that happened to me with like a girl where I was like, oh, okay, like they're cute. So that night, I'm like, I want to ask her for her number. So my friends were like, ask her for her number. So I was like, okay. So I go to her, and the guy's like behind me, okay? So I take my coat and I look at her, I'm like, could I have your number? And she looked at me, she's like, yeah. So she gave me her number, and the guy like looked disappointed. But like the girl was really pretty, okay? We talked a little bit, me and the girl, but nothing ever happened. One night, I was again with my friend. She was trying to hook up with someone. That night, I was the one who like kissed someone, apparently. So I was single, okay? Not seeing anyone, not dating. I was single. Oh, there's this girl who's dancing with me. She's like, "Are you so pretty?" I'm like, "Oh, thank you." This girl kisses me, makes out with me. She had a boyfriend. I didn't know. And my friend pulls my arm and she's like, "You left me alone with these guys." And I'm like, "Girl, you've been leaving me alone every week because you keep making out with guys." So she was mad that I left her alone while she's the one who would leave me alone every week because she was making out with a guy. I was like, what is wrong with you? So I think that was the last time I went out. But yeah. So these are just like memories that I had. I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup. I'll see what I'm gonna film next. So I hope you liked it. I'll see you guys soon.